So this is a bike rack that I got. It's a 5 bike rack that I bought on Amazon. It's got 5 different trays that you can get for a big bike, and then comes with 2 additional trays that you can use for smaller bikes. And then it has 2 little things that hang down for hanging your helmets and such. So what I'm going to do is try to follow these instructions. The instructions look pretty simple so far. I'm going to try to follow those and put this thing together. And I got it off Amazon for $100, if I didn't mention that already. Looks like it is a HW6 torque for the long bolts that it comes with. Looking like, okay. Luckily it's a 13 millimeter, not half an inch. So let's get started putting that together. So the first step in the process is to make these little T-posts right here. Put those bolts in, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. And then you mount this part onto it and you put the bolts through like that. There are 2 different types of bars. So you got the one with the cap here, you got the one without the cap. This is the crossbar, this is the bar that stands up. So now we have our 2 T-posts already. It looks like step 2 is to connect those 2 top poles together right here. I think like that. You take one of the trays on step 3 and you connect it to this section where those 2 mount together. These are the bigger trays. Okay. These are the smaller trays. I'm not going to be using the smaller trays, so I'm just going to use the bigger ones for now. At least just for the middle part, there are 2 little C-channel pieces that go on either side of it, basically sandwiching the respective sides together, just like so. So basically take these, line them up with the bolts right here. So we've got that. Lined it up with the holes on each side, and then run the bolts through. Now we're going to take this one, put it in a V shape. So you've got a little V shape here. Whole thing together, and then I'll tighten it all up. Unless I find myself having to tighten it up before I put the rest of it together. So far, the bolts seem pretty decent, and the nuts seem to be fitting on there well. All right, so at this point, we have these 2 joined, the 2 C-channel pieces and the 2 rack pieces, large rack pieces together, holding it together. That is step 3. Right here. Now we're going to move to step 4. And it looks like on step 4, what we're going to do is connect this crossbar and then these T-posts. So let's go ahead and do that. There are different levels here. So this is low, medium, high, and highest. I'm going to set everything at the highest because I have some pretty long bicycles. I ride large bicycles, so I'm going to use the highest setting. Again, that is the top one here. And it looks like the bolts come from the outside, so we'll run those through from the outside in, connect it through there, Put the second one in, connect it through there. And now we will twist this on. Okay, so we have step number 4 done. And we're going to move on to step number 5. Step number 5 is putting in the rest of the wheel trays. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. So it looks like step number 5 is the last step. You've got a step number 6, but it just is like double checking and putting these small ones in, big ones in, small ones in, big ones in. I'm going to put all big ones. There. There we go. We've got the bike rack put together from the side. This is what it looks like. Or excuse me, from the front, that's what it looks like. From the side, this is what it looks like. Now let's go about tightening these up really quickly. Got these 2 little additional pieces that hang down, and when you put them on, essentially what they do is allow you to have a helmet. So I will put one this side and one on this side. I might try to find a couple more of those, because if they're giving you 5 racks for 5 bikes, you might want to include 5 hooks. We're going to take and look at this little area over here, and we're going to see, okay, see how much area those bikes take up, how much area those bikes take up. Okay, now I'm going to try to put this rack over here, and I'm going to put these bikes on it and see what it looks like. All right, so thus far we have 3 bikes on the rack, and I'm going to say it does get rid of a lot of the issue, but I don't think I can fit my other bikes on there without causing an issue. Now I have seen this go set up like this, and then 3 bikes on one side and then 2 bikes on the other. That might be what I have to do. So let's try it. All right, guys. So we've officially got the bike rack set up. I'm not convinced that it takes up any less space. If you check it out here, we've got this right here. And that kind of works a little bit, but unfortunately, there's a lot of space under here that's not going to be utilized, and that space that could potentially be used by something else. So maybe if I put my other charging cables and stuff underneath here, or if I figure out some other kind of space to use for that, it'll be useful. But as of right now, seems like this rack will work for 3 large bikes, but for using 5 large bikes, you're going to have to go on either side. Anyways, I'm going to try to do some reconfiguring, and then I'll pick back up. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing. If you want to see more content like this, give me a like. I appreciate you guys watching. Sorry for the lack of content. Out.